Welcome to Piedmont College Softball here, Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. A beautiful afternoon here in Demers, Georgia. Brett Loftus alongside me, Mario D'Alessandro. First time, about more or less.
9 out of 10, pretty close.
Getting it there. It's good to have us here this afternoon. Piedmont Lions are hosting the Agnes Scotties in a doubleheader this afternoon. It's also Senior Day. Mario, what do you got for us?
Yeah, it's a beautiful Sunday to serenade the seniors here, Brett, and really it's going to be a lot about the lady at second base, TK Sauls, pitcher Madison Whiteside, and Kaylee White, who will be a DP. You'll see her. All three are going to factor into today's game, so it's great to have some seniors that are actually going to contribute. But really the story today is if the Lady Lions win both of these games, they'll lock up the number one spot in the USA Southwest Division, and they'll be able to host Huntington College, who basically has locked up the second spot, barring any unforeseen circumstances. So that's what's going to be at stake here today, Brett.
Very important game. Looking at your starting nine here for the Lions. On the bump will be the ace, Emma McBrayer. Behind the plate, Hannah Morgan. At first, Kara Taylor. Second, TK Sauls. Third base, Caitlin Isley. Shortstop, Macy Allen. Left to right in your outfield, Caitlin Perry in left, Rebecca Stegmeyer in center, and Hannah Smith in right field. Leading off will be Anaya Fulton. She will be playing right field today as she is stepping up in the left-handed batter's box.
Yeah, big thing that we're going to look for today. In 9 of the 13 games, Brett, for Agnes Scott, they have multiple stolen bases, and 13 of their stolen base games, 11 have had at least one stolen base. So, and Fulton is one of the more dangerous ones. 8 stolen bases on the season. Big to keep her off the base pass today.
She's going to try to put a bunt down right there, but she will foul it beyond and out of play. 0-1 count. McBrayer, she has been absolutely shoving this season. A 1.11 ERA, an 8-5 win and loss record. She's appeared in 19 games. She has started 9 of those, and she has went the entire 7 5 times this season. That will be outside there to even it up now, 1-1.
Yeah, Brett, it's kind of hard to believe. Her ERA went up an entire point because she gave up 5 runs last game. It was .27.
That one will again be fouled down the third baseline. The count will now move to 1 ball and 2 strikes. And yes, as we did mention at the top of the broadcast, it is Senior Day as the Lions will be honoring their 3 seniors, TK Sauls, Kaylee White, and Madison Whiteside. That will be done between the doubleheader and between games. That one is off the plate there to even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, McBrayer living on the outside of the plate. Really wants to give the left side of her infield a chance to make plays. Really good glove, really good fielder over there. Isley at third base.
2-2 delivery on the way. That one is sent up in the air. And I thought Isley was going to get it, as you just mentioned her name there, Mario. But Macy Allen will haul that one in for out number 1, the first out of the day. So a 1 out. Stepping up to the plate will be the left fielder, number 17, Caitlin Weaver.
Now batting the left fielder, number 17, Caitlin Weaver.
Weaver will be hitting from the right side here. As you do see, customary here, especially in USA South and in softball in general, a lot of your leadoff hitters are going to be left-handed. Try to slap that ball down the line, Mario.
Yep.
First pitch there, right downtown Demers. It's going to be strike number 1 to Weaver, 0-1 count.
Important for McBrayer to do what she's done so far and work ahead of these hitters. That's what really bit her in the tail in the Wesleyan game. She fell behind and had a really destructive 4th inning where they put up 4 runs on her.
Big innings have to be limited. That one must have been a little high there as it'll even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
This umpire is going to have a tight strike zone. We've had her for a lot of the games. Very good umpire, but does tighten the zone up a little bit. So it's going to be key for McBrayer to try and pick the corners today.
She moves from east to west. Not much of a north-south pitcher. You'll see that one inside there. It will be fouled off of the plate. McBrayer going to get ahead here, 1 and 2. And Mario, as you mentioned, plus counts are a very, very big thing for McBrayer today.
Yep. And we'll try and keep the counts along with you. Our scoreboard not showing balls and strikes, so we will do our best, but I might slip up a time or 2.
Me too. 1-2. And a change up there will even it up outside, 2-2. McBrayer, strikeout to walk ratio. You usually don't see this. She has walked more batters than struck out this year. 30 walks to 26 strikeouts, and she still has an ERA just a little over 1. That will be sent down to third. Isley muffs it off the glove. She still gets the ball up and will throw Weaver out at first. A good defensive play, able to recover there for out number 2.
Yeah, an exceptional arm on Isley. Had her in left field last year because of her arm. Moved her into third, and she still has that same zip on the ball, able to recover after that little blunder there.
You know what you say. You can't be scared of a softball down there at third base, and she has played the hot corner very, very well this season. As now stepping up to the plate will be number 33, the backstop for the Scotties this afternoon, Kaylee Fitzgerald. And she will chop. First pitch strike there, foul down the third base line, 0-1 count.
And Brett, what you were saying earlier about McBrayer, how she has as many walks as strikeout, her pitching coach Taylor Waldrop defined her as effectively wild.
And it definitely is effective. We've seen a lot of the opposing teams this year chase some of McBrayer's pitches in the dirt, over their heads, way out of the zone. She has some very good stuff there. She's going to get ahead here early, 0-2, as Fitzgerald will foul that one into the backstop. Hannah Morgan catching here in game number 1. She's done a very good job, I guess, keeping the effectively wild McBrayer, keeping her strung in for the large part of this season. 0-2 delivery on the way, a changeup just high, as that will run the count now to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, it's odd. Usually when McBrayer throws her changeup, Brett, it's up in the zone, which I don't know if she's missing there or if that is the plan, but typically it's around chest to eye level.
1-2 delivery on the way. And Mario, just as you said, same thing there.
She heard me.
Yeah, that'll even up the count now at 2-2. Thankful we did get a sign there from the umpire just to make sure that we were correct. Fitzgerald stepping way up in the box here. 2-2 delivery. Ringer up! As that was a fastball up and out of the zone, and she just threw the Texas Pete right past her for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning here in the top half of the first inning. Now it's time for the Lions to grab the sticks. You're listening to Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back here, Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Brett Loftus alongside me, Mario D'Alessandro. Didn't think I'd mess up the first name today. Bottom of the first here, the Piedmont Lions are going to bring up 1, 2, and 3. Rebecca Stegmeyer, Caitlin Isley, and the ever-so-hot Caitlin Perry, very much so making her case for Division III Softball Player of the Year, might I add. And leading us off will be Rebecca Stegmeyer. Mario, this Scotty's pitching staff, probably not the best.
Now, nobody with a sub-4 ERA. It's going to be the best that they have in Reagan Hutto today. She comes in with a 4.09 ERA in the season, but people have run on them, people have hit on them, and they have gotten into quite a bit of shootouts.
Stegmeyer will look at that one just outside there, and she'll get ahead here 1-0. Stegmeyer on the season hitting .288 as she, one of the fastest players on the team, very good leadoff player, .364 on base percentage. And she will square around the bunt there, but draw it back ever so quickly. She's now heading to count 2-0.
Very patient hitter, Rebecca is. Doesn't have as many tools, I think, as Hannah Smith as far as slapping goes, but is a much more patient hitter. Just get on first. That's all Rebecca's job is here.
Hutto being forced to throw a strike here. 2-0 delivery on the way. And Stegmeyer stings that one down the third base line, but it will be foul. At third base for the Scotties, Michaela Daly. She's going to be having to expect a lot down there. As we've seen, the defenses against the Lions offense this year have had to have a good third baseman if they want to succeed. 2-1 delivery on the way. Stegmeyer takes that one off the plate. Count now stands at 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yep, and when you have Isley and then Perry right after this, Stegmeyer gets on, you almost got to think, Brett, right away, that's a run.
Reagan Hutto on the mound. Kaylee Fitzgerald behind the dish here, 3-1. That one will be off the plate. And a very, very late strike call there, as that will run the count full now to 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And she normally has a tight zone. I'm shocked that they gave her that.
That was one of the late strike goals I think I've seen in a while. But nonetheless, 3-2 count. Hutto delivers. That one's sent right back to her. She makes a great play on a little bit of a squibber, throws it over there to Janie Howington over there at first for out number 1.
Third baseman, number 2, Caitlin Isley.
Caitlin Isley stepping up to the dish. And you know, Mario, something I really like about Isley's season, she started out very cold in non-conference play. And in conference play, she's been one of the hottest players in the USA South. And having that 2-3 combination between Isley and Perry has been lethal this season.
Lethal is exactly right. She lost her basically freshman season because of COVID and because of injuries early on. So this is really her first season where she's seen action. So for intents and purposes, I call her a freshman this year, Brett. So she got those freshman jitters out and has been, I think, the most consistent hitter Piedmont has had.
Her and Caitlin Perry, the only 2 lines hitting over 400. Isley hitting 404. Perry, 508. I didn't want you guys to not believe me. She is hitting 508 as Isley is now ahead, 2 balls and no strikes. I tell KP all the time, I'm like, you know you're going to hit 500 this year. She said, don't jinx me. I said, I'm just saying the facts. So she is on deck. We will get to see her up next. Isley at the dish right now ahead 2-0. Hutto with the delivery. Isley will take that one low and in. It will be called a strike as she painted that inner half. 2-1 count now.
Well, go to school here a little bit if you're the Lady Lions. You've seen her go 2-0 to the first 2 batters. I imagine Terry Martin may be giving a little early take signs here and not swinging at something ugly that they don't need early in the count.
Definitely giving some red lights here. 2-1 delivery on the way, and that will be a foul tip. It was caught as that will even up the count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Definitely some red lights you have to give here, as we've seen a bit of a wild here, as now back-to-back beautiful strikes almost in the same location to even it up. 2-2 delivery on the way from Hutto. That one stung out into right field, and it will be caught and pop out of the glove. It will land in foul territory, but it was caught in fair territory. And Isley will get into second base after a wild throw. So that it would be an E9.
Yeah, Nyla Fulton, good job to get over towards the line. Literally had it snow-coned in her glove, just could not squeeze it the whole way. But a good job even get to that, because I thought that was for sure getting down.
I'm not sure what you would score that, Mario. Was it E9 on the catch and then an E9 on the throw as well, how Isley got in there?
We'll see what our stat guy, Joe Garwood, does call that. So we'll give you an update once we know for sure what that is.
Now the hottest hitter in Division III baseball, you heard it right. Caitlin Perry stepping up here, and she has been doing work this year. She swings at a pitch there out of the zone. Count will now be 0-1. 3 homers, 24 RBIs, and an on-base percentage of .569. KP has been doing work at the dish this season. 0-1 delivery. She takes that one off the plate. Isley kind of being a little aggressive out there at second base.
Does lead the team in steals, does Isley. And some notes on Perry here. She's going to lead the entire Piedmont Lions history books if she keeps on this pace. She's going to break all of Marianne Kennison's records, which I thought were going to be untouchable.
She'll take a hack at that one out of the zone. Isley almost got caught in a pickle there as it is thrown down the third base line into left field, but Isley will stay at second.
Terry Martin preaches aggressiveness on the base pass, Brett, so be on your toes here.
So they will give Isley a hit, as that will be Piedmont in the game's first hit of the afternoon.
That's going to be like bottom of the inning, so just make sure it says T with
1-2 delivery on the way to Perry. That one bounces in the dirt. Fitzgerald pops out of her crouch there, but that'll just even up the count at 2-2. It's Emma Thomas out there at second for the Scouties, and at short will be Kat Boyer, third base Michaela Daly, Caitlin Weaver, Ashley Mabry, and Anaya Fulton left to right in your outfield. That one will be way inside, and it will be dropped at third by Daly as Isley will swipe third with ease, and now a full count here to the most dangerous hitter in Piedmont's lineup.
Yeah, she can be very situational. I know Caitlin Perry has the strength to hit it over on top of the dorms here, but if you need a fly ball with a runner at third with one out, just get a runner in. This is where KP can shine as well. And
most importantly, as you mentioned there, you just need a sac fly and an RBI right here. 3-2 delivery on the way. That one is chopped down the third baseline and foul. KP will stay alive here. And after two kind of wild swings there to start out the count, KP has been able to work it here full now. And you have to be Hutto. Hutto's got to have some kind of scouting report. You don't want to leave her anything dead red here. So it'll be interesting to see what she throws her here on 3-2 yet again.
Yeah, with a couple open bags there. You're absolutely right, Brett.
Full count delivery on the way. That one is again chopped down the third base line, but will go left of the bag. So we'll do the 3-2 tango for yet a third time now. Caitlin Isley standing on third base. She had a single and then reached second via the error in the last at bat. And now Perry looking at her 8th pitch of her at bat. 3-2 on the way. That one's sent way up in the air. Fitzgerald gets under it in foul territory. Isley's trying to come home. She will be called out. And Fitzgerald will go down, and we will take a break here. You're listening to Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back here, Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. A bit of a wacky last half inning there. You got a one-out Singa and then able to advance to second on the double. Steals third base, Caitlin Isley. Caitlin Perry at the dish, pops out. Isley comes home, is tagged out there. The Cardinals sent a softball not to make the third out on the base paths. And that's how that half inning ended. Sorry, we had to leave in an abrupt ending. There was an injury. So that's how that last half inning ended. Back here in the top of the second, Brett Loftus is alongside me, Mario D'Alessandro. And the cleanup hitter for the Scotties, the designated hitter, Gigi Elizondo, will send one out to second base. TK Sauls, sure-handed as they get, will field it and make out number one.
Now batting the third baseman, number 25, Michaela Daly.
As you hear, our public address announcer, Matt Crumley, stepping up to the plate, will be the 5-0 hitter, number 25, to third baseman, Michaela Daly.
Yeah, the top 5 hitters in this lineup all hitting above 300. So is it a case, Brett, where they just haven't seen this type of pitching yet, or are they actually this strong hitters? So far, Emma's proving the former.
And maybe not getting as many strikeouts and swings and misses as she usually would today, but a lot of ground balls is what McBrayer is probably going to be working with today, as that one sails out of the zone 1-0 count. And then make it a 1-1 count now. She beautifully, Sherwin-Williams paints the inner half there, 1-1. It's a beautiful day here in Demorest, Georgia. I cannot reiterate that enough. Very good to see fans up there sitting out beyond left field on the hill. I know we're very late in our semester, but if there is any outdoor contest you'd still like to come to, we have the last baseball regular season series next weekend. Please make sure to go to PiedmontLions.com to check out the spectator policies. That one's sent out to left field. Perry, having to shade herself from the sun, will catch out number 2. Stepping up to the dish now will be the first baseman, Janie Howington. Howington wearing number 99. Mario, I don't know how many movies you usually watch. 99, I take that baseball wild thing, Charlie Sheen in Major League. That's usually what I associate that with, as that will be low and away 1-0 count.
Well, I know Elizondo had the specs on. I don't know if she does, especially with no skull and crossbones.
Yeah, I would hope not. That'd be a little too intimidating maybe for McBrayer. 1-0 delivery right downtown Demorest, even it up now 1-1 here.
Emma working quick this inning, and again, also already 2 outs in the inning, so looking for her to cruise early here.
1-1 delivery and a great fastball off the plate there. She would get ahead in a plus count here with 2 outs, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lions defense being able to be active here early. You'll see if McBrayer can get a strikeout. She'll roll that one up there as it'll even up to count 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Hasn't found the location yet with that changeup, but we've seen a couple high. That one skips in front of the plate. See if she can reel that in.
Deuces wild, 2-2 delivery. That will be chopped down the third base line and foul. So we'll do the deuces wild yet again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. And Mario D'Alessandro and Toya Wyman, I know they love the deuces wild just as much as anybody. I hope you all enjoy it as well. The first time we have had that today. 2-2 delivery. That one is stung to right field. And they will throw on it. Yeah! It was hit a little bit too hard. And Hannah Smith out there in right field with a cannon will get out number 3. So 1-2-3, 1-2-3 for Emma McBrayer. Headed to the bottom of the second inning. Still all knotted up at 0-0. All right, welcome back here. Home half of the second, Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Brett Loftus alongside me, Mario D'Alessandro. The Agnes Scotties coming down here to Demorest, Georgia to play your Piedmont Lions. Drew up here 4, 5, and 6 for the Lions. Emma McBrayer, Kara Taylor, and Mackenzie Davis as McBrayer will lead us off here. We know how good she's been inside the circle this season, been just as good at the plate, hitting .275 and 11 RBIs with a .333 on-base percentage this season. She takes the first pitch ball there, 1-0 count.
Yep, if you haven't noticed on the broadcast, we had a little switch in that last inning. Gigi Elizondo is actually going to come in and switch with Kaylee Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald going to now be the DP, Elizondo behind the dish after that collision with Caitlin Isley.
1-0 delivery on the way. That one almost clipped McBrayer, just able to get out of the way there. 2 balls, no strikes now. And we will see if Fitzgerald will be hitting for herself, as the only word we got is that Elizondo was coming in to catch. So it could be a situation where Fitzgerald could be out of game. She could just be now hitting. So we'll see that when her spot comes back around the lineup. That one is stung back up the middle for the Lions' second hit of the afternoon. McBrayer trying to give herself some run support, and a leadoff single will go a long way there. As now stepping up to the plate will be the first baseman, KT as she is known, Kara Taylor. And she is doing work at the dish as well this season, Mario, hitting .345.
Yep. Top half of this lineup, very good averages. But you know what? It actually goes all the way down, Brett. .245 the rest of the way down. And then Hannah Morgan, TK Saul is almost creating a second turn of the lineup. Has really been effective at the bottom. So they're hitting 1 through 8 right now.
Everyone in the Piedmont lineup hitting over 240, and you don't find that every day in a starting nine. Taylor was square around the bunt. Elizondo trying to find that down in foul territory. She cannot. Taylor and McBrayer have a bit of a moment as Taylor almost runs over her own teammate down there at first base as she returns back to pick up her bat after an 0-1 count now.
John Winters with a little bit of, what are you doing down there? A good chuckle behind his masks.
I think we were all wondering who's on first there maybe.
Who's on second?
Yeah, nobody right now. Hopefully we put somebody out there. No balls and 1 strike. Hutto would get to sign. Taylor squares around the bunt. She brings it back. McBrayer will get back as she was a little bit too far off that bag as the count will now be at no balls and 2 strikes.
Kind of a little dying art, the slug. It used to be big back in the day, but now it's basically just bunt or swing away. So Terry Martin still employs, has been here for 22 years, so he's seen it turn over.
0-2 delivery, and Taylor strikes out on 3 pitches, and that will be out number 1.
Now batting the designated player number 4, Mackenzie Davis.
Mackenzie Davis steps up to the dish. The sophomore third baseman and catcher is the designated hitter in game number 1 here, hitting 245 on the season with a dinger as well. She's got pretty good power, so if she puts one into play, we'll see if she can drive one out of here. And she sends one right up the middle. McBrayer will go first to third, and she will be safe as the ball will be dropped by Daly down there at third. Davis will go to second. So now with 2 runners in scoring position, stepping up to the plate will be the right fielder, Hannah Smith.
Very, very important play there for Mackenzie Davis. Took a little half turnaround first, so Brett saw the ball was going the whole way and advanced. So they got 2 runners into the scoring position as opposed to being able to get out of the inning with a double play maybe there. So good job by Davis.
And that's very, very good heads-up base running. Base running is not always about who's the fastest on the base pass, but rather who is the smartest. So able to have 2 runners in scoring position here, and Hannah Smith come up to the plate. That one will be way out of the zone there. 1-0 count now. And only 1 out here. Rutto looking a little visibly frustrated there as she'll take a little time off of the bump. Smith, another 245 hitter this season. She does have a home run, able to drive 1 out and 8 RBIs. 1-0 delivery. She sends that one out in the left field. It will be caught as the throw home was a bit short, but McBrayer and Davis will stay put at second and third. Good play out there and left by Caitlin Weaver. Hannah Morgan, batting 244 on the season, will step up to the plate. She's behind the dish here in game number 1 for the Lions, as Morgan is getting on base at a rate of 279 this season. She also has 2 doubles to her line as well this year.
Mabry in center was just told to play at no doubles depth, essentially. That circle in center where they've cut around is way deeper than Stegmeyer plays, and Morgan can still hit it over her head there, Brett.
Another gap-to-gap power hitter, as that's pretty much all 9 here. As you'll see that one hit way up in the air. Having some struggles out there in right field will be Fulton, but she's able to catch that one for out number 3. So the Lions bring 2 on the base bats, but cannot bring them all the way across. So we'll stay all knotted up here at 0 at the end of 2. Welcome back here, Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Top half of the third inning, getting ready to start up. 7-8-9 due up here for the Scotties. Brett Loftus alongside me. Mario D'Alessandro here in game number 1 of this doubleheader between the Agnes Scotties and the Piedmont Lions. And there will be a strike called there to the 7-hole hitter, number 23, the shortstop, Kat Boyer, here to start us out in the top of the third.
Yeah, we're only in the third inning, but we've seen McBrayer get ahead a lot early, and so far, seen that goose egg on the board. That's exactly what she wants us to do.
And that one will be popped out to center field. Stegmeyer on her horse, able to go and get it in the gap for out number 1.
Good jump there by Becca. Can make up a lot of ground if she's not really placed right. Has a very good jump on the ball and is probably the fastest, if not the second fastest on this team.
And Stegmeyer, Perry, and Smith got some speedsters out there, maybe about 3 road runners out there in your Lions outfield. As now the 8-hole hitter will step up to the plate, number 57, center fielder Ashley Mabry. And that one will sail way out of the zone there. 1-0 count now. 57, only number 57 I can think about. Baseball, softball, Brandon Woodruff, pitcher for the Milwaukee Brewers. 57, not a number that you see very often in softball. That one stung out to shortstop. Macy Allen with the backhanded grab. She's not able to come up with it. Perry will field it out there in left field, as that will be the first.
Now batting the second baseman.
It's hit right to her, Brett. I think they might give her an error on that.
Yeah, I think that will be the first error of the afternoon there for the Lions, waiting to see the official scoring as the 9-hole hitter, second baseman Emma Thomas, will step up to the dish here.
And that's actually important. Mabry, 7 stolen bases on the season. They're about to turn the lineup as this is the 9-hitter. Not what you wanted to do there if you're Macy Allen. Her 9th unfortunate error of the season.
That one is going to be on the inner half there, but will not catch the strikes on 1-0 count now.
Got the matchup here. Hannah Morgan with an absolute cannon behind the plate. Mabry, good speed on the base pass.
And she's taken off there as it is a bunt, able to get down. Isley will field it. They'll throw it back to second. Ooh. Allen trying to get the tag on her. Mabry just able to get back in time there, as that will still be out number 2. Definitely a sacrifice situation there, as that will turn over the order, and Anaya Fulton will step back up to the dish here, as she is 0 for 1 this afternoon with a flyout. Terry Martin has his second baseman, third baseman playing in, able to get back, as Allen cannot catch it down there at third, so Mabry able to swipe third base. And Mario, you called that one right on the head there. She's 7 for 7, now 8 for 8 this season in stolen bases.
Yeah, but they had the wheel play on. Isley came in, and they had Macy Allen to the bag ahead of the runner Mabry, and she threw it right there, just couldn't squeeze the leather. 0-1
delivery. It will be foul tip, but in the glove of Hannah Morgan. So now to run the count out on 0 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. So 1 strike away from getting out a bit of a jam here is Emma McBrayer. 0-2 delivery way off the plate there. TK Sauls showing some veteran leadership, as she does always. Just wanted to point that out. We'll back up McBrayer with the runner on third. Isley and Sauls both playing in here. That one will be sent back to McBrayer. 1-3 put out is how we'll end the top half of the third inning. Bit of a scare there. The Scotties get a runner to third, but cannot bring her across, as we are still deadlocked here at 0-0, heading to the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back here, home half of the third inning. Brett Loftus alongside me. Mario D'Alessandro here, Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. As due up here.
15, TK Saul.
Due up here for the Lions will be 9-1-2. And leading us off here will be one of the three seniors here on Senior Day, number 15, second baseman TK Sauls. And she will send one out to left center field, getting on their horse. And it'll land out there in the gap. A good throw, but it will bring the shortstop Boyer off of the bag. TK Sauce, first pitch she sees, stings one in the gap out between Mabry and Weaver out there in left center field for the fourth Lions hit. So some early offense here, Mario, and back to the top of the order. You got to think that the Lions can at least bring one across here in the third.
Man, they've had Lions on the rocks in definite scoring position each inning so far, Brett. Yeah, they got to turn this into some runs soon.
Stegmeyer stepping back up to dish here this afternoon in her only plate appearance. She is 0 for 1 with a ground out thus far. Right side and infield playing in. She will square around here. Sauls will easily make it to third. Stegmeyer! Ooh. She will be called out on a bang-bang play down there at first. And as they say, the tie goes to the runner. That's what it looked like right there. But nonetheless, it will be out number one. Caitlin Isley stepping back up to the dish here. She is 1 for 1 on the afternoon, with a double there. So if Isley could just put one into the outfield here, you'd have to believe that could bring home the speedster TK Sauls. Reagan Hutto out there on the bump, going to have to bite down here. She puts that one in the dirt, and a beautiful play by Elizondo behind the plate there as she's able to keep that one from going to the backstop.
Absolutely.
1-0 count now. Just tuning in with us, it's been a pitcher's duel through 2 1/3 so far. Reagan Hutto allowing 4 hits, but not allowing a run yet. 1-0 delivery on the way. That one is low and inside and will be ruled a strike. Even up count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Agnes Scotty's 5-9 coming into this afternoon's contest. The Piedmont Lions 15-9 on the season. Most importantly, the Lions are 10-3 in conference play. That one will be inside as Isley is now ahead 2 balls to 1 strike.
Very important. I think this is good scouting by Agnes Scott. The 5-6 holes where Isley lives to put the ball, and they have her shaded off the line in third, is Drilly.
2-1 delivery. Isley trying to drag bunt there. Cannot do it. As that'll even up to count now at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And that's, I think, taking the bat out of one of your best hitters' hands there. Just let her swing away. She is a 404 hitter for a reason.
1 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Definitely don't want to try to put a bunt down now. With 2 strikes. 2-2 delivery.
Wow, another late one, Brett.
Yeah, we had a cup of coffee and took a trip to Aruba and back and then got the ring up there as that will be out number 2. Good news is Caitlin Perry stepping up to the plate. Bad news, it's 2 outs, but that doesn't necessarily mean bad news with KP. She popped out to the catcher in her first plate appearance, and then we had the bang-bang play with Isley and Fitzgerald at home. That is why Elizondo is now behind the dish here. So with 2 outs, TK Sauls on third, KP has to come through here. And she'll send one down the first baseline. It is up and out of play. Also, want to send a happy birthday shout-out to Carl L. Moore. His birthday was yesterday when this doubleheader was originally scheduled. If you see pretty much the majority of the pictures on PiedmontLions.com is accredited to Mr. Moore, and he does just a fantastic job. All the headshots, all the action shots, and we just want to thank him so much and send him well wishes and a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Carl!
Perry is now going to even up the count now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Hutto showing some very good, what they like to call in MLB The Show, pitching clutch. And she's been able to bite down with runners in scoring position today. 1-1 delivery. That one smacked down into left field. KP comes through, as Mario likes to say yet again. TK Sauls will score here to put the Lions on the board first. What's Hutto? Welcome back here, top half of the fourth inning. Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Here with me, Brett Loftus, Mario D'Alessandro, potentially the best name in Division III broadcasting. I would have to make an argument for that. Due up here for the Scotties will be 2, 3, and 4 as the left fielder Caitlin Weaver will look at a ball that will sail into the backstop there. 1-0 count now.
McBrayer cruised the first time through the lineup. Typically does well the second. It's that third time that we're really going to have to hold on tight and see what McBrayer has late in this game.
And good news is, as we've seen Elizondo and Fitzgerald switch, Fitzgerald is on deck here for the Scotties, so she will hit as the DP now. That one sent out to shortstop Allen. Allen makes the play, throws it over to first, and that will be out number 1 here in the top half of the fourth inning.
Had a way to come back for Macy Allen. Not getting discouraged by that one error, making a solid play there.
And as you just mentioned earlier, a little earlier about Caitlin Isley, Allen is also a sophomore, so really getting her freshman jitters out for her this season. She's played very well down the stretch here for the Lions. Now stepping up to the plate, Kaylee Fitzgerald. She was the starting catcher and is now the DP on the day. She watches that one up and out of the zone there for ball number 1. McBrayer, 1-0 delivery to the plate. That one will catch the inner half there to even it up at 1-1.
It might have been a gift there, huh?
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a gift. Now, granted, Fitzgerald kind of overcrowding the plate there, but nonetheless, maybe it is a bit of a gift. Not seeing too much outside, a lot of inner half calls, but it's going for both sides there. And just as I say that, paints the outer half of the plate, but will be ruled a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. And, hey, as long as you're consistent, that's all that matters. And that's what we've seen at this home plate umpire doing a fantastic job this afternoon. 2-1 delivery on the way. It almost looked like Fitzgerald lead into that one, but they will rule it a hit by pitch there for McBrayer as the Scotties will have a runner on here with 1 out, and the cleanup hitter Gigi Elizondo stepping up to the dish.
I saw pitching coach Taylor Waldrop over there. She told her to throw it inside. Morgan set up inside. She just looked at Emma after that, went, if she's going to stand there, guess she's going to get hit.
I mean, there's not too much you can do about that. I mean, she's crowding on the plate there. Not to be very critical, but it did look like Fitzgerald leaned into that a bit, but nonetheless, hit by pitch and a runner on first. Fitzgerald will take off here. Hannah Morgan will drop that one. And now after a drop pitch there, or pass ball, the count will now be at 1-0 with a runner on second and only 1 out here. So the Scotties trying to crawl back here, down by 1.
Yeah, Elizondo, a 467 hitter on the year, and Daly, a 313 hitter on deck. So definitely working in some dangerous waters here, Brett.
1-0 delivery from McBrayer. Elizondo sends that one back to McBrayer. McBrayer will throw it to third. Isley with the tag, and that will be out number 2. That is a beautiful play there, Mario. Not one that you see very often.
Absolutely. McBrayer with the poise to turn around, look at second base to see where the runner was. She basically bit like it was almost 2 outs, ball on the ground. And a very, very important thing to get her at third, so that takes the runner out of scoring position. Brett, good call by you.
In a Cardinal sin, you do not send the runner on contact with 1 out. And now the lead runner's out at third. So with a runner on first here and 2 outs, stepping up to the dish will be number 25, the third baseman, Michaela Daly. Daly is 0 for 1 as well on her afternoon. 1-0 delivery to her, make it 2-0. Ball is in the dirt. Elizondo taking off. Morgan with a good throw. But Elizondo just able to get her hand in time before Macy Allen can get the tag down there.
It's very uncanny to see Morgan drop 2 balls and winning. She's normally very, very sure-handed back there, and usually can make up for it with her arm too, Brett. So runner in scoring position again here. 2-0
delivery to the plate. And we're not seeing anything called outside there, but that will be. Man, that's some positive broadcasters jinx there. Wow. I like to see that. 2 balls and 1 strike now. 2 outs here. Top half of the fourth inning. 2-1 delivery. That one will be fouled off of Daly. As now we will have, for the second time in this afternoon's contest, Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs here in the top half of the fourth.
I'm so glad I was here for the Brett Loftus signature Deuces Are Wild. It was always rumored on this broadcast. We've never actually had it. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've seen it now.
And that changeup will be sent out to left field, and KP will catch it in for out number 3. So a deuce is wild. 2-3 is what it led to there. And here in the 4th, we're headed to the bottom of it. You're listening to Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Bottom half of the 4th inning. You know what it's time to do, Mario? It's time to score some runs. Lions ahead by 1. Hopefully they can increase that lead here in the home half of the 4th. Brett Loftus alongside me, Mario D'Alessandro. And due up here for the Lions is 6, 7, 8. Leading us off here will be the designated hitter, Mackenzie Davis, known as Mac. And she absolutely macked one out to the outfield in her first debut, as she is 1 for 1 with a single this afternoon. Hutto, first pitch here in the home half of the 4th. Low and away there will be ruled a strike. 0-1 count now.
Seems to be giving it low, Brett. The hitter's got to adjust to that, and the pitchers should just keep pounding the low part of the zone.
It looked more like not necessarily north to south strike zone, but east to west has been kind of the question today, as now that outside part of the plate is being called there. Elizondo tried to frame that one, no framing it, as that'll even up the count at 1-1. Home half of the 4th inning. If you're just joining us, the Lions hitting around there in the home half of the 3rd, as you'll see Mackenzie Davis sting one out to center field. Ashley Mabry with a sliding catch there, as that will be out number 1. Caitlin Perry in the last half of the 3rd absolutely sent, as Mario liked to say, a Carolina Reaper between that 5.5 hole, and that has brought home the lone run for the day for the Lions. TK Saul's able to score that one, as Hannah Smith will step up to the dish here for the Lions. The right fielder is 0 for 1 this afternoon with a flyout.
Boy, the last 2 balls, Mayberry doing a very good job to limit the damage. Had a nice catch. I think it was on Kara Taylor who sent one to the wall, and that one was a line shot from Mac.
And it's all about the first jump, and we've seen Mabry out there in center field. She made a great first jump to get that one at the wall, and a great first jump there. And if you don't make a great first step to the ball, you're not going to catch either one of those. So Mabry having some very, very good defense out there in center field for the Scotties this afternoon. Smith will get ahead here, 1 ball, no strikes. That will be a bunt attempt there, but it'll be fouled off the plate. Our home plate umpire had to do a little skip to my loo to get out of the way of that one to even it up now at 1 ball and 1 strike.
Tell you what, Hannah Smith just as much, if not more, speed than Becca Stegmeyer, and I don't know if Daly at 3rd is in far enough. If Smith can drop one about 5 feet right in front of the plate to the third base side, she's getting on first.
And if you also look over here, Howington playing in on the first base side, so maybe not enough space to even get back to the bag. That one looked a bit outside. A late strike call there, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Terry Martin's starting to turn a shade of red out there on third base. He's not loving the strike zone so far.
And we've seen consistency more times than not, but that pitch to a left-handed batter has not been called today. Smith having a swing at that one will spoil it. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, she's going to have to go away with this. I mean, very smartly, Hutto is using the outside portion because she's been given it right now, and I would do the same thing if I were her. Hannah Smith going to probably not have to slap as much and more just stay in the box and try and go away with one of these pitches.
Hutto been working outside to most of the Lions batters. Works outside there, shallow left field. It will drop in. The speedster gets down to first in a blink of an eye, and that will be the Lions' 7th hit of the afternoon. Mario, it's almost like you're out there coaching her. Did exactly what you said to do. Just took it where the ball was at, took it the other way, and a 1-out single there for Hannah Smith. Now another Hannah will step up to the plate. Hannah Morgan, the sophomore backstop, is 0 for 1 this afternoon with a fly out.
Yeah, really good piece of hitting by Hannah Smith there, but really good pitch by Hutto. That was not a bad pitch by her at all. Did exactly probably what her coach told her to do.
And you just have to go with where the ball is sometimes, and Hannah Smith has done very, very good at that in her freshman campaign. She was about to take off there, but will stop about 5 feet away from the bag and will retreat back here. Wouldn't be surprised if she does steal here. She is 7 for 9 in stolen bases this season. The only line who is perfect for stolen bases would be TK Sauls, who is 6 for 6. A bunt put down there by Morgan, but it will roll just left down the third base line there. Smith will have to retreat back to first. I've seen a lot of small ball here from Coach Terry Martin, and he loves to do that, especially on these hot or warmer, dimmer afternoons.
Yeah, and a decision he has to make here with TK Sauls on deck. There's 1 out, so if you sacrifice Morgan there, you just want to put a runner on scoring position for TK on deck. But if Hannah Smith can get there by her own, save the out maybe. But that's something that Terry Martin's already probably thought of well before we just talked about
and
it.
TK Saul is a very good situational hitter as well. Definitely who you'd like to have on deck. That one will sail out of the zone. We'll see a throwback there from Elizondo. Howington not able to get the tag down in time, as the count will now stand at 2 balls and 1 strike, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. I think it was the first time today I thought I'd got behind a pitch, but unfortunately, or fortunately, rather should I say, we're right on point there. Hutto comes set, 2-1 delivery. That one is up and out of the zone. Hannah Smith got a little too far off the bag there. Slipped on that wet dirt, wet from all that rain last night.
Yeah.
But she will get back in time.
You see how much makeup speed she can have. She definitely was caught with her hand in the cookie jar there, but able to get back safely and really well ahead of the tag.
2 balls and 2 strikes now to Morgan at the plate. Only 1 out. The Scotties are playing in double play range. That one hit way up the pipe there, but it will go out of play down the first baseline. 2-2 tango to be done yet again.
2-2, baby.
And Smith down there at first, she is playing with fire, as Howington playing about a foot in front of the bag. She's kind of crashing in every time Morgan squares around or doesn't. So Smith definitely playing with some fire down there at first.
Elizondo, not quite the arm that Fitzgerald has him watching, like the throws in between innings. I think we test her here.
Smith takes off. She will stop. That one's hit up in the air out to right field to Fulton. Fulton will haul it in for out number 2. So now with 2 outs and a runner on first, stepping up to the plate will be TK Sauls.
Now, Brett, I think we're probably going to see situationally. I think Smith is going to be taken off from first here whenever she gets the green light from Terry Martin. Got to have a runner in scoring position, as TK, a solid average hitter, 280 coming into the contest today, and has already a double to her scorecard.
Yeah, TK took a first pitch there. She saw and took it out in the left center field gap in her last AB. Smith was taken off full-fledged there, but it will be fouled out of play here behind the first baseline bleachers. Or our man Troy Wyman standing down there taking some video for the PiedmontLions.com. And the Piedmont Lions athletic pages, be sure you follow those. PC Lions Softball is where you can catch us on Twitter and Instagram this afternoon. 0-1 delivery on the way. Thought about throwing that one back, and there was the ever-so-famous Terry Martin play there, as you saw Thomas and Howington at first. However, Kat Boyer with very heads-up, very good IQ covering second base there, so Smith having to stay put over there at first. 1-1 delivery to the plate here. That one is stung out to left center field. Mabry on her horse, not able to get to that one. Smith is flying around the bases here. She will get home safely, throw to third. TK Sauce halfway to a cycle here on senior day. A double and a triple in her first 2 plate appearances, and she will drive home the Lions' second run of the afternoon there. Have a day, TK.
Have a senior day is right, Brett. Just tag that to left center once again, and that's what you want to see from a senior on senior day. Wonderful job for making up for what really Morgan wasn't able to get the runner to second. No worries, TK just changes all that with one swing of the bat.
And TK does not have a homer this season, but she has shown that she has gap-to-gap power. 2 balls in the gap today, a double and a triple, and now the lineup will turn over here as Rebecca Stegmeyer steps up to the box. Stegmeyer is 0 for 1 as she has a sacrifice, and she'll put that bunt down.
That will stay in there.
That one will stay fair. And Stegmeyer with her first hit of the afternoon. Now with runners on the corners, a sophomore third baseman, Caitlin Isley, will step up to the plate here.
Somebody at some point during this game stepped exactly on the line where that ball went, Brett, because that was for sure headed out, and a piece of clay was just turned up and kept that ball from going foul.
And we'll have a mound visit here for the Scotties, and we'll stay here with them. Mario, what just revisit that. What is the odds of that? The ball just sat there, took a nap on the foul line.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would say we're not going to see that again, but we actually saw it earlier this year. Michaela Cosada hit one that spun like a washing machine, one of them top loaders down there on the right side of the plate, and just hung, didn't move at all. That one was at least going foul, but then like straight. It's almost like Space Jam whenever Jordan hits the putt, and it just has the little Bugs Bunny ring going around. That's what that looked like,
yes,
Brett.
Yes, it
you
did.
Know?
I tell you the most, I guess, abnormal thing I've seen all year broadcasting. Over there at Loudermilk Field, there was a bunt hit down the line. And you know over there you have the indention on the grass.
Yes.
And then it went down the foul line. It goes foul and rolled back on the indention of the grass. Really defied gravity. I don't know how that really worked. And that was just about as good there with Rebecca Stegmeyer's 2-out bunt single. And that will bring up Caitlin Isley. And as we mentioned there, Isley this afternoon is 1 for 2 with a double and a strikeout. She also has a stolen base on the ledger as well. Let's see if Isley can bring home 1, if not 2 here.
First to third play on again. There it is.
Going. Stegmeyer is safe.
There it is, Brett.
And that was some serious bait there as TK Sauls will score the Lions' 3rd run of the afternoon there. Elizondo going to throw it down to second. Stegmeyer was safe. And then TK Sauls just got her afternoon cardio and took a little jog home there. 3-0 now. The Lions are ahead.
That's the play I'm talking about, where it's like the dummy down to second. Although Elizondo throws it this time, that's exactly what you want. Isley gets home. Small ball, baby.
Now Isley with a runner in scoring position. She stings that one out to shortstop. A good throw there. Boyer to Howlington will end the 4th inning. Lions able to bring across 2 more here. They're ahead 3-0 going into the 5th. You're listening to Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube.
Leading off for Agnes Scott.
Top half
99,
of the 5th inning is due up here, and due up for the Scotties will be 6, 7, 8. Mario D'Alessandro am I. I'm Brett Loftus here, Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Very important zeros out there on the scoreboard. We're not going to tell you where they're at. We're just going to say we got some out there as we're going to start the top half of the 5th inning. As leading us off here will be the first baseman, Janie Howington. Howington is 0 for 1 this afternoon with a ground out. Emma McBrayer, only one strikeout on the afternoon. That was Kaylee Fitzgerald there in the top of the first inning. Every other out has been a ground out or a fly out.
This is wonderful to see McBrayer come back after that Wesson outing where she basically proved that she was human and actually let up runs, 5 to be exact. So this is great to see her with, like you're saying, zeros on some important parts of that scoreboard.
In her half there, it catches the strike zone, no balls and 1 strike to Howington. Howington, we've seen her play some very good defensive first base this afternoon, and a change up there. That's what we call rocking the cradle, ladies and gentlemen. Lay it in there, put the baby to sleep, cut the lights out because that one just snuck in there. No balls and 2 strikes now. And rig her up! Goodness gracious. That's a speed trap right there, Mario D'Alessandro, for out number 1.
I'm just going to giggle. That was stupid. That was sick!
Out number 1.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Batting number 23.
We've been seeing that. We've been seeing that lemon pepper hot wings all day, and she just gave us a bit of a popsicle right there. That's what that was. Really cooled it down. Yeah. She'll sell the first one out of the zone here to number 23 to shortstop Kat Boyer. 1-0 count now, 1 out. As Emma McBrayer is an absolute fun player to watch here. That one will catch the outer half there. That'll be strike number 1. 1 ball, 1 strike now.
And her working ahead, this is what Emma can really do. She has very good stuff, off-speed stuff to really complement
as we just seen.
Pitch. Yeah.
That one is sent out to the shortstop, Macy Allen. She has to move over about 2 steps, so she will catch out number 2. Now with 2 outs here in the top half of the 5th inning. Stepping up to the plate will be number 57, the center fielder, Ashley Mabry. Mabry is 0 for 1 on the afternoon as well. But what's been impressive about Mabry has not been what she's done at the plate, has been what she's done in center field. Cannot take enough time to brag on her. She's made a diving stop out there in center field and able to track one down at the wall as she will look at one off the plate there waiting for a signal. Never got one. 1-0 count now here to Mabry.
Yeah, I have Mabry as saving 3 runs so far. The line shot from KT that went out there and also to lead off the next inning with Davis.
That one is off the plate there. 2 balls and no strikes. Like I mentioned there, that's instincts. You cannot teach what Mabry has. She has very good, maybe great instincts out there in center field as a defense player. She's ahead in the count now. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs here. McBrayer looking for a 1-2-3 inning. 2-0 delivery. That one is chopped out to the shortstop, Allen. Allen brings it in, throws it over to first. A great dig there by Taylor.
Scoop,
and that will be out number 3. Scoop, there it is, as Mario D'Alessandro just said. Heading to the home half of the 5th. The Lions ahead by 3. You're listening to Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back here, Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Mario D'Alessandro. I am Brett Loftus. Mario, you got some changes for us out there in the field for the Scotties.
Yep, after Piedmont starting to hit Hutto a little bit, they're going to go now to Sydney Strama, who has an 8.75 ERA and just 4 innings of work this year, and Fitzgerald back behind the plate.
Good to see KB Fitzgerald going to come back in here and catch the potential 2 to 3 last innings here for the Scotties defensively. They're going to need some good pitching because the heart of the lineup is due up here for the Lions. Caitlin Perry will lead us off. Emma McBrayer on deck and Kara Taylor in the hole here as Caitlin Perry got the first RBI of the afternoon for the Lions. And she will look in for the first pitch here and take that one as Strama bounces that one in. 1-0 count now. KP 1 for 2 with an RBI single on her day. And very, very abnormal. Lions have 9 hits, only 3 runs, as we've seen some good defense here from the Scotties to keep the Lions at bay this afternoon, Mario.
I really think this is better than a 5-9 team. They have a lot of good pieces. I'm shocked that they have lost as many games as they have, to be honest.
2-0 delivery on the way. KP takes that one up and in. She's now ahead 3 balls, no strikes. Probably going to see a hard red light here.
Take a look out there and left. Caitlin Weaver playing way too far in for Perry at the plate here.
And there's a big gap out in right center field. Perry will take that one, and a very late strike call there. 3 balls and 1 strike. But, you know, even though we're getting a late call, I've seen the batters. They already know what it is. So there must be a verbal call and then a physical call there.
Could be.
3-1 delivery on the way. KP will take that one way off of the plate there, and a 5-pitch walk to Perry to start off the 5th, and that will bring up the cleanup hitter, Emma McBrayer, and she has done just that day. She has cleaned up as she is 2 for 2 with 2 singles this afternoon. McBrayer shoving inside the circle, inside the batter's box, doing just the same.
Lady Lions typically struggle against slower pitching. Not as much movement as I would expect from a slower pitcher with Strama here, but this is not where the Lady Lions excel. They like a little bit more speed, a little less movement, but we'll see if they can adjust today, Brett.
McBrayer still looking for her first career dinger. Let's see if she can send one out of the yard here as they'll fire that one back down the first. Howington playing about 5 feet in from the bag, and Perry able to get back in there safely. Some laughs down there at first base as Fitzgerald fired that one down there. 1-0 count, no outs here. Home half of the 5th. Strama with the delivery. That one is way off the plate. And KP, the throw beat her, but the tag did not. And she will be safe in there at second base, as that will be Perry's 9th stolen base of the season. She is now 9 for 11 in stolen base opportunities. Fitzgerald will call time and go out there to talk to her pitcher as 6 of her 7 pitches have been balls for Strama to come in and start the game here. And as you mentioned there, Mario, usually with slower pitching comes more movement, and we have not seen that so far.
It was interesting there. If you saw McBrayer like a very late delayed swing to kind of almost like distract the catcher from throwing it down, a little deliberation here from Coach Carrie Babsky, and is not quite sure why that was called a ball instead of a strike.
Yeah, we're going to have some deliberation here. It's going to be very short. Just getting an explanation nonetheless there. As Fitzgerald will go and talk to Daly down there at third. Terry Martin will go and talk to McBrayer. All kinds of conversations here. Some mid-afternoon conversations going on during this break. Fitzgerald will take the mask off, give some verbal commands to her defense. And if we had some kind of sponsor, it'd be a great time to plug it in here, Mario. But we do not, as we'll get back behind the plate here. 2 balls and no strikes to McBrayer. No outs. Perry on second. Perry will get off the bag a little bit as Thomas will go back over there to cover it. No throw. As now 7 of the first 8 pitches we have seen from Strama have been balls. 3-0 count to McBrayer. Hard red light we're expecting, and that's exactly what we got. A 4-pitch walk here to Emma McBrayer. So now with 2 ducks on the pond, here we will see Kara Taylor stepping up to the dish. Taylor this afternoon is 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a flyout. Fun fact, Tara Taylor and Morgan are the only two lines without a hit yet, so hopefully Taylor can get her first hit of the afternoon here.
No, she shot one out to center field. That was just a really good play by Mabry. It was one of the runs that I said she saved. I believe there was 2 on for
there
that
was,
as well.
Yes, left 2 stranded in that inning because that was the 3rd out there. Yeah. So Taylor trying to get her first RBI, her first hit of the afternoon here, a .345 hitter coming into this afternoon's contest.
Take a look here. I think Piedmont has the signs picked. You'll see Perry up at third base or up at second. If she doesn't make any motion, I think she's telling Taylor inside or outside. She's putting her left hand up, so that means they have these signs picked, or maybe the catch is moving a little early. We'll keep an eye on that.
That will be a drop strike there. 0-1 count here. No outs to Taylor. Will be something to watch here. Perry looking like she's ready to take off at second. There's good bunt put down by Taylor. Be thrown to first. McBrayer and Perry advance up to second and third.
4, Mackenzie Davis.
As that will bring up Mackenzie Davis. Davis is 1 for 2 on the afternoon, and she has a perfect opportunity to get her first RBI, maybe her first 2 RBIs of the afternoon here with 2 runners in scoring position and only 1 out.
Yeah, it looks like Lexi Chitwood's going to come into the game at second base for McBrayer. Definitely want a lot of speed on the base pass, especially if you can get this from 3 to 5. That means you at least cannot lose the game with 1 swing of the bat. Terry Martin getting aggressive here.
On the lines, number 7, Lexi Chitwood.
Lexi Chitwood, we know she has a lot of speed out there on the base pass, as well as you can pinch run for your pitcher, and she can re-enter the game. Smart move there by Terry Martin to go ahead and get McBrayer in scoring position and then bring in Chitwood to run. Mackenzie Davis now stepping up to the dish here. We notice she has gap-to-gap power. She puts one in the gap here. They're going to be able to run forever. First pitch here from Strama right down the middle. Belt high. That was a beautiful pitch there. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out here. Home half of the 5th.
That's juicy there, though. I thought she was going to give it a ride, but Mack, a patient hitter at the plate.
You definitely probably have a hard red light right there anyways due to the wildness here. Davis will put one down the first base line. It will just settle, and Davis will be safe. Davis thought about running to second, and she will get caught in a pickle. And a very smart play here is she will be safe. Chitwood will go home as Davis will get back to second. That was all kinds of confusion here. So we'll break that down for you right quick. Davis put the bunt down the first baseline. She's safe at first. Coming home is Caitlin Perry. She very smartly gets in a pickle down the first and second base line. That's going to bring home Chitwood. Chitwood gets home. Davis able to retreat back to second. Mabry has to come all the way in from center field to cover the bag. Davis is still safe. So with only 1 out, 2 runners come home, and Davis gets a 2-bagger off of a bunt.
Sorry for the statisticians that have to put that down. Well said, though, Brett. That's Terry Martin's school of small ball. That's exactly what he wants all of his teammates or his teams to do. That hard turnaround first. He practices it in practice. They run at the end of every single one. Ooh, as there was almost a ball caught there by Fitzgerald behind the plate. But as I was saying, when they run in practice at the end, they always are snapping their head to the left so they can see where the ball is, and that allows them to take a turn exactly like Davis did and smartly got in a pickle there.
And I'll tell you what, with only 1 out, to get in the pickle like that, that is some high IQ, and you can tell that these Lady Lions are very well coached, as it is 0-1 count to Hannah Smith, who is at the plate. Davis gets about halfway down the line there. She will retreat. Emma Thomas covering the second base bag, as the count is now even to Hannah Smith. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hannah Smith having a good afternoon, as she has 1 for 1 and has also scored 1 of the 5 Piedmont line runs. Lions have 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error on the afternoon. Hannah Smith takes a big swing and a miss, and that wheel play almost worked as Kat Boyer was going to cover third, running stride for stride with Mac Davis down there. But the throws have beat the Lions all day long, but the tags have not, Mario.
Yeah, that was it. That was an athletic play by Boyer to get over there. The throw was exactly where it needed to be. It led her a little bit. She just wasn't able to come down to her knees. She kind of tagged her high up on the chest, and that's what Busby's asking right now is where that tag was.
And all bias aside there, obviously I know we were Piedmont broadcasters, but there have been some very good throws, but not so good tags this afternoon, and I understand there's some frustration over there in that Scotty's dugout, but the tags are just simply not beating the runners, and that's why the Lions have been safe on these bang-bang plays. Coming to the place plate here. Smith will strike out, and that will be out number 2, as that will bring up Hannah Morgan
Now batting number
to the dish.
24, Hannah Morgan.
As Hannah Morgan still looking for her first hit of the afternoon. She is 0 for 2 with a flyout.
And she's flied out to right both times. That's something that Joan Winters and Terry Martin both preach, is hitting the ball away if it's pitched there. That's where she's been pitched so far, but a couple weak pop-ups. Like to see her drive one soon, Brett.
Hannah Morgan, we know, has some power. She's going to roll over that one to short. And a great play by Boyer to fire it across the infield for out number 3. The Lions bring across 2 more. They're now ahead 5-0 here. Going into the 6th, you were listening to Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. Welcome back here, Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube.
Number 5, Emma Thomas.
Our scoreboard has said the 6 for the entire 7 innings. This is going to be the only inning. It is correct, as we are now in the top of the 6th inning. If you can see our left center field scoreboard out there, we are not having balls, strikes, and outs out there. Get some water damage every time it rains, so it does not work the day after. And we had some torrential downpours here on Saturday in Demorest, GA. First pitch strike there to the second baseman, Emma Thomas. 9, 1, and 2 are due up here for the Scotties in the top half of the 6th. That one is chopped out to the shortstop, Allen. She throws it over to first, and a great scoop there it is from Kara Taylor for out number 1. Lineup will turn over here. Anaya Fulton stepping up to the plate here for the Scotties.
Allen really wrote the ship after that early error. 3 straight putouts for her over at shortstop. Way to see the young lady bounce back.
We'll again bring, as we usually see here, the 3 infielders all on the left side. What I mean is Taylor being the only one on the far right side, as we'll see Sauls, Allen, and Isley all play in here, as Fulton, a slapper, stepping up to the box here. She is 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out, and she'll be thrown out at first there for out number 2.
Another good job by Allen. I'm surprised Isley didn't cut that off, but a good job by Allen to just be composed, not rush, because she does have, for her small stature, she can zip it across the diamond.
Now with 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th inning, stepping up to the plate will be number 17, the left fielder, Caitlin Weaver. Weaver also 0 for 2 on the afternoon with 2 ground outs. That one's off the plate there, 1-0 count now. It's a beautiful day for senior day here, ladies and gentlemen. If you're just joining us, the Lions ahead 5-0. They've been hitting it all over the yard as they have 10 hits and only 1 error. McBrayer able to shut out the Scotties thus far with 0 runs. That one's hit way out there. KP with a running catch for out number 3. And we're only 3 outs away here from getting the win here in game number 1. The Lions have to come up and hit first in the bottom half of the 6th. They're ahead 5-0. You're listening to Piedmont College Athletics on you. Bottom half of the 6th inning, get ready to come up here for the Lions, and due up is 9-1 and 2 for the Lions. If they do score 3 here, we will have a run rule as it is 8 after 6.
Yep, 8 after 5.
8 after 5 as the Lions are ahead 5-0 now. However, if we do go to the top half of the 7th inning, as we mentioned earlier, there's some important zeros and some important places out there on that scoreboard for the Scotties, and they all can relate back to the Scotties lineup and Emma McBrayer, if you feel my drift. So, going back to that top of the 7th inning, you're going to want to stay tuned here. It is a very, very, very big accomplishment if she can get that. Don't want to say what it is due to some jinx here, so we're just going to leave that to your own interpretation. 0-1 count now to TK Sauls at the dish, even it up now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Sauls having a great afternoon in her own right. 2 for 2. She has scored 2 of the Lions' runs, and she has a double and a triple, both stung in the left center field gap.
It's a shame. There's almost no situation where she can even go and hit for the cycle because she's only going to get up 3 times.
She can get hit by a ball, though, as that will be a hit by pitch there.
I think hit the knob, actually.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
As that will be a foul ball.
Yeah. She wants the triple, double, and single.
Yes.
That's why. She didn't want to take that.
Get a total of 6 bases on the afternoon. You get a total of 10 if you hit for the cycle, but definitely could do the 6. You have 3 legs of the cycle. You don't see that one every day as well. 1-2 delivery on the way. That will be fouled down the third base line. We'll do 1-2 yet again. Yeah, from our angle up here in the press box, you guys on your camera view have about the same angle that we have. It looked like it hit it right in the shoulder, but it hit the knob out front. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here, no outs. Home half of the 6th. And she'll just send that one out to the pitcher, Shrama. She'll throw it over the first to Howington for out number 1. That will turn over the lineup as back to the leadoff hitter, Rebecca Stegmeyer. Stegmeyer 1 for 2 this afternoon with a stolen base and a single on her line. And she definitely has one of the best walk-up songs with the Pipe It Up from the Migos. Mario, you big Migos guy? We've talked about this on broadcast. You like the Migos, not like the Migos? What are you? Which side of the fence are you on there?
I'm all reggae and 90s rock. So,
okay,
yeah.
That's fair enough.
I'm out of this conversation.
Out of the conversation, that's fair enough.
I'm an old soul.
It's up and out of the zone. Stegmeyer going to get ahead here, 1 ball and no strikes. You got to love them because they're local, though. From Atlanta, Georgia, went to high school in Atlanta. Got to love the Migos, man. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out here. 1-0 delivery on the way. Stegmeyer stings one out to right center field. It will drop. Mabry hustling and bustling to get to that ball. Stegmeyer will only be held to a single, as we will see a pinch hitter here. It will be the senior backstop, Kaylee White, as she will be pinch hitting
number 22,
for Caitlin Isley. KP going to give her some encouraging words for she steps into the box here.
Kaylee, one of the seniors today. We will highlight later in the broadcast, but she's a nursing major. This girl has 2 all-conference academic awards. She actually led the team in batting average in 2019 with a .398. So this girl knows how to hit and is very, very good off the plate for Terry Martin. Loves the first pitch, but if she doesn't get that, will draw a walk. She's very, very patient at the dish.
And as you mentioned, she's done a very good job kind of falling into the role of being a pinch hitter this year. She has come in, and she has been able to come off the bench and get some big plate appearances, some big hits for the Lions this far, and I don't see that changing right here. With 1 out, standing on the first, Rebecca Stegmeyer. Kaylee White coming up to the dish here for the Lions.
And I said 2019. It was actually last year, 2020, she had that .398. So
in the COVID-shortened season, as the Lions finished their season out in Arizona when the season was canceled due to the pandemic. Over there at first, Stegmeyer will get back. Ball called at the plate there. 1-0 count now. Kaylee White, all the way from Cali. If you didn't pick up on the song, like Tupac Shakur, California Love there for Kaylee White, that being the reasoning behind it. She will sting that one up the middle. They'll try to roll it, but they won't even get one as they toss it to second there. Boyer to Thomas. Couldn't get there. And Stegmeyer at second now. Kaylee White at first. And Caitlin Perry would be the run if the Lions could bring her all the way across. she would be the game-winning run. With only one out here, KP steps up to the dish.
And KP stepping up with about a 5.08 average. She's chasing down Marianne Kennison, who was the best hitter we've seen here by a mile. Had a 4.55 average, 7.75 slugging, and 5.30 in OBP. She's getting beat on all of them, and I'm shocked. I'm shocked. Merck, if you're listening, you were one of the best hitters I ever seen, and I think your record's going to last only 2 years, unfortunately.
Caitlin Perry, a Division II transfer from the University of North Georgia, transferred in here to start the academic year of 2019. Played on team last year in 2020, and obviously her second year with the team here in 2021. She is a junior. So you know what that means, Mario? She'll be here next year as well, and that is very dangerous here for all of the USA South Conference. That changeup will not fall in for a strike. Perry is ahead now. Yes, 3 balls to no strikes here. So maybe a little intentional pass here for Perry. Hard red light, I'm sure, on 3-0. It will be ruled a strike. Now 3 balls and 1 strike.
This is where it kind of, the last home game, I forget who we were playing. They basically, it was towards the end of the game, and they gave KP a 3-1 count and just threw one right down the middle. And that time, very smart by Strama not to give her anything to hit. You'll take the walk there. That's limiting the damage.
Yeah, LaGrange being...
LaGrange, that was it.
Yes.
Yep.
LaGrange, the last game that was played here, and that was on April the 15th. So that was, that was not this past Thursday, but last Thursday. And those was like very good doubleheader. That's when we had the really big delay there, Mario. It's like a 2-hour delay or something like that. So that was that day. Didn't have any delays today, but we do have the bases juiced here with a cleanup hitter, Emma McBrayer, stepping up to the dish. She is 2 for 2 this afternoon with a walk. And she takes a big hack at that one now. No balls and 1 strike.
And while Emma's still in the game, she's chasing down some history too. Bailey Homer, 1.64 ERA, is the leader in the clubhouse for the PC Lions. And McBrayer 1.11. As we note, they're 0-0-0 today. So that's going to drop a little.
That one is way off of the plate there to even up count now at 1 ball and 1 strike here with 1 out. And yes, if everything stays as it is now, Emma McBrayer will be breaking that record here at the end of the season. So Emma McBrayer, I don't know how many times she's been the USA South Rookie Pitcher of the Week, as that will be a wild pitch there now. 2 balls and 1 strike. I think it's been, 6. Thank you, Joe Garwood. I can't remember if it was 6 or 7. 6 times. And that is just absolutely preposterous how well she's pitched this year and in her freshman season. Goodness gracious. And she's been hitting pretty well, too. Ahead in the count now, 2 balls and 1 strike. She's going to smack one down the third base line, but it will go fouls. That'll even it up now. 2 balls and 2 strikes here, only 1 away.
And that 2019 team, if you remember, Melissa Ekman, the stud ace that they had, took them all the way to the regional. She won it 4 times her freshman year. That was the record that Emma just broke. So this team's breaking records all over the place.
Probably, I'd love to ask Terry Martin if this is the best team he's ever coached. It's definitely got to be up there. 2-2 delivery on the way. McBrayer sends that one out in the center field. Mabry won't have a play on that one. Station to station is how they will go. It's coming across the score will be Stegmeyer, and that'll make it 6-0 here for the Lions. And only 1 away. Stepping up to the plate will be Kara Taylor. Taylor still looking for her first knock on the afternoon. She is 0 for 2. She does have a sacrifice in her 3 plate appearances.
Hit that. Her second plate appearance, flied out to center, taking Mayberry in a little bit, laced one right to her, and that was one of the good plays that Mayberry's made out there. But Taylor hitting the ball hard so far.
Shrama a little frustrated out there, just absolutely slamming the ball into her glove out there inside the circle. Looking for an important 2 outs here with the bases juiced. And that one will be low and in there. And it will be ball number 1 to Taylor, 1-0 count now.
You're seeing Perry with that junior leadership out there, holding up the hand whenever the catcher, Fitzgerald, does set up a little too early. So they're able to get like an inside-outside, basically, adjustment here.
Got the inside adjustment. That one hit off the end of the bat. They will go home with it, and it will be a force out at the plate for out number 2. So everyone advances up a bag except for Kaylee White, who was gunned down at the plate, making it 2 outs. Bases still juiced. Stepping up to the plate will be the designated hitter, Mackenzie Davis. Davis on the afternoon having a great day at the plate, 2 for 3 with an RBI and a stolen base as well.
Should be 3 for 3, but Mayberry robbed her to start one of the innings back, I think, in the 4th. So she's hit the ball exceptionally hard today as well.
And that was a very great play. Love to point that out. Very, very good play by the shortstop, Kat Boyer, able to compose herself, come home, and make a great throw there. Able to lead the catcher, Fitzgerald, on the force out as well for out number 2. First pitch there will be on the inner half. It will be ruled a strike there. 0-1 count, 2 outs here to Mackenzie Davis with the bases loaded. Kara Taylor on first. On second, Emma McBrayer, and on third, Caitlin Perry. Strama taking a bit of time here as she will not step off. And that one will catch Davis in the helmet, so that will be the 7th run of the day for the Lions. It's now 7-0. So the Lions just have to bring one more in to walk it off here due to run rules. As Terry Martin will bring in, and we're going to see a pinch hitter here as Davis is on first, Taylor on second, McBrayer now on third, Caitlin Perry going to come across and score the 7th run for the Lions on the afternoon here. We'll see a pinch hitter here be number...
Looks like 34, Jenna Broach going to come up, the freshman outfielder. Typically plays center, can play some right in this very hotly contested right field with her and Hannah Smith. But Jenna Broach, very, very fast. This is what I think is the fastest player on the team. Let's see if she can wake up the stick a little bit on the season.
Seeing Jenna Broach, especially hitting from the left side, you don't see too many Lady Lions out here. Most of your left-handed bats not going to hit except for slapping. We have seen Broach slap this season. We've seen her put some balls in the gap, though, as well. So be interesting to see what the game plan is here, especially with 2 outs, and you only needed one more run to win the ball game here for Terry Martin and the Lady Lions. Base is still juiced here. The only run that matters is McBrayer down there on third. Time will be called by Strama out there inside the circle.
Boy, you only get 10 seconds in the circle, and I know John Winters a couple times has been counting down there, and Strama's been close.
That one will sail up and out of the zone there. Ball number 1 here, 1-0 count now. Lions looking to end game number 1 here early. Don't go anywhere, as Mario and I will be here for game number 2 shortly after conclusion of game number 1. Also in between games, we will have senior day, so you're not going to want to miss Madison Whiteside, TK Sauls, or Kaylee White's senior day. 2-0 delivery. That one is stung out to center field. Mabry on her horse. That one is off the wall. The Lions will score 1, 2, 3, and that will make it official, as that will be 10-0.
They're only going to count, I think, one of those runs. The first one that comes across, it'll be 8-0, but Broach with an absolute missile out there over the head of Mayberry off the top of that 225 sign. And Brett, now we can say it, what we were thinking the whole time.
Emma McBrayer throws the complete game and throws a no-hitter. I didn't think I'd ever get to call a no-hitter. I know it's a run-ruled no-hitter, but it still means the same. 6 innings. Emma McBrayer throws her first career no-hitter. And, Mario, you were talking between breaks. Madison Whiteside threw a no-hitter in 2019. Now, the last one we'd seen, last complete game no-hitter we had seen, and you said to yourself that Whiteside was going to be special then. Emma McBrayer, she's shown it all season, but she threw a no-hitter. And, Mario, I cannot wait to see what she does in the postseason, but even especially next season as well. So
absolutely. It's
going to be very special. Mario and I will be joining you for Game 2. Don't go anywhere. We're going to have Senior Day and have Game number 2 here shortly. For Mario D'Alessandro and Brett Loftus, we'll be back here on Piedmont College Athletics on YouTube. 8-0 in final and 6 games here in Game number 1.